Okay, hey everyone, this is Darkspidey34, also known as, whatever. And this is...
The Fuzzy Life?
Yeah.
With Reggie?
And the gray-eyed one.
I wasn't expecting, I didn't know what her name was going to be. So sorry. Say that again? What was your...
The gray-eyed one?
The gray-eyed one. She voices Gwen and various female voices, the only other female voices on the show. I guess you're all wondering what's taking so long for this episode, because I think I recorded, you guys sent me your voices like months and months and months ago. So I've been pretty busy with, school and, school. So I'm sorry, but whenever I had a break, I was always working and filming and trying to, look up different equipment that I can use. And I actually got some new equipment for the show, so yeah, I'm already improving. So
I think I speak for myself and the Grad one and the entire Dark Spidey community when I say it's entirely unacceptable. Okay. We're just not happy.
Also, I have another job, guys. This isn't the only thing I do in my free time. I have to pay for all this stuff, and I need to eat. So I have another job, guys.
So if we all send Dark Spidey a little bit of money, then he can quit his other job, drop out of school.
No,
we're just like trying out these episodes.
I want to pull myself up from my bootstraps, from my petticoat, or however that phrasing goes.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Web sling out of the street. Give a Spider-Man themed idiom.
Anyway, so far. And this is going to sound unacceptable, but I have like 25, 30 minutes of the episode done. Just completely done. Edited, voice animation, all done. Effects, all done. So far, which doesn't sound like a lot because this May would have been 2 years since since episode 30 came out.
Wow.
So, yeah. Which sounds awful considering, because that's a lot of time I've been working on this. But once again, consider that this is stop motion. And I took a lot of classes which involve a lot of projects, and a lot of projects take up a lot of time. But then again, it's been almost 2 years.
And you're producing quality material.
That's questionable, but, so, yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along. And really during break, and this happened during the last episode, I got the most stuff done. Like, summer break. Not summer break. Christmas break and spring break is when I got the most work done. And summer break. When summer break began is when I really got into it and finished it. So
good. So a lot of work getting done over this holiday season.
Oh yeah. I'm actually beginning the filmings of like this action set piece in the middle of the episode. So,
oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that scene? Give us a couple spoilers.
Okay, well, it's like essentially like 90% of the other action scenes I've ever done, which is just like, car chase in the middle of the street.
Sure, I'm assuming a bus gets tipped over or something.
Oh my god. God damn it. Oh, yeah. But it's essentially just like a juggling act for our main character here.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who is he fighting with? Can you tell us that?
That's the thing. He isn't fighting anyone.
Oh.
Yeah. I want to spoil it. You'll see in the trailer.
It's intriguing.
Yeah, coming soon.
Trailer coming soon? He just shook his head.
Oh, that's right. No one can see us.
So, how is Brick Studios?
Oh, it's good. It's clean.
Yeah?
It's so much cleaner. So much... Oh my god. Okay, so a couple of months ago, several months ago almost, you guys know that Lego blue pet shop building that I have? Some of you guys have seen it who watch the show.
Yes.
Okay, so there's this fruit fly, flying around in my my filming room, right? And I'm just like, it's just a fruit fly, leave it alone. But instinctively, I'm just like, oh, fuck that thing flying around in my space. And I just swing at it, and I knock the fucking thing over, and it shatters on the floor.
Oh, my God.
And the only thing I saved was, like, the bottom floor. And for, like, months on end, all I had was that bottom floor.
Wow.
I collected everything in plastic bags. I'm just like, I can't find the instructions, so I'm kind of screwed. But they have instructions on the Lego website, so I was able to follow it and rebuild it recently. And everything looks a lot more complete with, yeah. There's something about flies flying around that makes a human being instinctively want to smack it in the face.
It must be evolutionary. Something about...
Shh, get that out.
I mean, God.
Anyway, it's put back together, which is good because that thing costs like $130. And the thing about Lego sets, I'm sure some of you guys who brick film know this. The older a Lego set is, the more expensive it becomes. So like a tiny little set from 2002 can be worth like $300, $400.
Wow.
Yeah. And
even if it's used, or are we talking about new material?
The prices vary if it's new or used.
Okay.
Because I don't know how new it can get. So
right.
Yeah, some of the sets I own are now like $200. So like they started at $130, then they go up to $200 and $230. Then like sets I had my eye on for years just go up to like $1,000.
Wow.
Like I'm talking like Lego buildings like this big. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness! I have my eye on this Lego courthouse because it's like this tall and it's a courthouse. You know what I can do with a courthouse?
Oh, yeah, a lot with the courthouse.
Yeah, yeah, and it's up to like $300 now. So I don't know what to do. I mean, I can afford it, but I'm just like, I don't know if I'm gonna regret it or not because.
So if anybody has an old Lego courthouse sitting in their basement that they built a few years ago,
there is no way they would give it to me.
They're willing to spare because they don't need it. Into this way, and we'll get some awesome court scenes.
Oh yeah, God, I could use that just right now.
I'm thinking Spider-Man gets his law degree, dumps science, and takes up justice in a whole new way.
Yeah. Well, I introduced like 2 Daredevil characters, both in that clip and in the previous episode with Ben Yurt or however you say his last name, and Foggy Nelson. Both are friends of Daredevil.
So you're really hinting, which is cool because I love Spider-Man Daredevil matchups.
Oh yeah, I got something.
A good team.
I have something really interesting planned.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut this part out because I'm just gonna tell you guys straight up.
Right.
What I'm planning to do. So I just spoiled like a huge thing that's coming up in the next episodes, and none of you guys are gonna actually hear about it until it comes out. So I'm sorry, guys. So what do you guys think about the spoiler?
Oh my God.
It's real convincing, guys. Thank you, I appreciate it. Since I've been working on this episode for so long, I've accumulated a lot of music. So I just go into Fruity Loops and in Symphonic Orchestra, and I just make stuff and make stuff and make stuff and make stuff, and I have probably like 50 audio files of just music. And I actually did compose something for the Lizard, his theme.
Oh, very cool.
Which I will upload this year, definitely.
Maybe you can put a snippet of that into the comments.
In the commentary or the
comments below.
Oh,
I don't know if you can insert it into this recording.
Oh, I can. I just want to see if I can play it right now. I don't think I can. Nope, that's anyone. Nope. Okay.
You can unplug the mouse real quick. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, I'll play it later. Yeah.
Most of you probably know Reggie. Most of you probably know Darkspidey.
They already know.
They know your name?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Most of you probably know. I don't know if you want to cut around that or what. Just leave it in. Make me look like a fool.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll do that.
Most of you probably know that Darkspidey composes his own music. Really neat stuff. Music to match the scene, music for each character, and he was showing me some of it earlier. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
looking forward to hearing the Lizard's theme.
Oh yeah, it's pretty simplistic. It's mostly just something I did in Fruity Loops, and the thing with using a very popular, almost borderline freeware music editing program is that a lot of people are already going to know all the samples and all the sound effects that come with it. So you have to really remix it a lot while you're composing it or arranging it, so it can sound distinct. Like they can tell you made it in this program, but they're never going to figure out how you did it.
Right.
So, yeah, it has to be distinct, and it has to fit the character. But moving on from there, the whole deal that's happening with Sony and Spider-Man just kind of made me want to go and take out this nice Cuban cigar I got right here, light the flame, stick it in my mouth, and just breathe it in. Nice.
God, that smells awful.
I'm sorry. Let me put this out. I'm so sorry. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. That's happening. Whatever. We'll see what happens with Spider-Man later. And I know some of you guys commented, "You wish I worked on the movies," and I agree. But here's the thing. Here's how I feel about the direction that these Marvel movies are heading to, and this may be an unpopular opinion. I may get lynched for this, but I keep hearing about this superhero bubble that might burst in the foreseeable future.
Right.
People are going to get sick and tired of them. And I thought about this a while ago. So I looked at the release schedule specifically this year, and I mapped out, okay, this is what's not going to work. This is what's not going to work. People are going to get sick and tired of this. And the only place where it really failed was The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but then Captain America 2 did really well.
Right.
And then the biggest one, Guardians of the Galaxy, did really, really well, even better than Captain America 2, because of how it reached a wider audience with such very obscure source material. Like, no one knew who these guys were.
Right.
So the argument that, the only reason why these characters are popular nowadays is because they rely on nostalgia and only nostalgia. But no one grew up with these characters. So it's more what these movies do and not so much where they came from. And that's what makes them good. And that's why we talk about these the most. So it doesn't really, So if like the Green Lantern, for example, some of us grew up with the Green Lantern, and then the movie comes out and it fucking sucks. We don't talk about it anymore. We pretend like that didn't happen because it was awful.
Right.
We're going to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy. We're going to talk about it for a while. So, yeah. It's what these movies do, not where they came from.
And dealing with characters that we didn't grow up with or don't have the nostalgia factor also offers an advantage to the companies because it means that there aren't as many fanboys attacking the film.
Yeah.
There's no expectation to live up to. They can pretty much start from scratch, and so you have to consider that as well.
I have food in my mouth. Sorry.
That is all I have to say about.
God damn it! God damn it, Sam! I mean, fuzzy life. So this bubble might burst because it's just the way that these movies are formatted now. Like, we had this discussion a little bit earlier about how there's a formula to the Marvel movies now that started with Iron Man and Thor and Captain America, and they've just been kind of reusing that for a little while now. What I think it's because of the way movies are formatted, because usually by the third act, right when you gear up for the big battle near the end, it just kind of falls apart and you just don't care about anything anymore. At least that's just me, because I remember in the theater watching the Avengers going, this is really cool at the final battle scene, but not really feeling anything. I kind of preferred it gearing up to this point, all the character interactions and everything, and them relying on each other and the teamwork, really. But then, we have all this Scarlett Johansson. And, oh, look, there's Hawkeye doing his arrow thing. Wow, really interesting. So what I think is the best route for these stories to go is a television format. Because it's episodic, kind of like comic books are. Each issue is like an episode. Right? So I think that's the most natural way for these stories to sort of progress for superhero.
We've already seen that to a degree. Not with the Avengers, but you've got shows like The Green Arrow.
Well, there was an Avengers show.
There was an Avengers show?
Yeah, animated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
There was like 2 of them, I think.
Well, what do you think about live? Because, obviously there have been a lot of shows, animated superhero shows, very much targeted towards, an audience of children. But now, more and more, it's becoming evident that an adult group, or maybe young adult group, is very attracted to the superhero genre. So do you think we're going to see more live-action superhero films with real actors as opposed to... not films, sorry. Television shows as opposed to animated?
I think we're already seeing that with The Flash and Gotham and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Peggy Carter from Captain America, the first movie. She's getting her own TV show because they kind of gave her the shaft in Captain America 2. It's like, okay, what would be the point in watching this, really? Because we already know what's going to happen to her. And her story does not have a happy ending. It's kind of like...
That's a little sad. But she lived a life, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Captain America's like, I never gave her the shaft.
It's a booming industry.
Yeah. They were going to do a Spider-Man prequel TV show, but for some reason it was going to center around Aunt May, like a young Aunt May. I'm like,
Really?
if you're gonna do a prequel show about Spider-Man, it should be about his dad.
Definitely.
And that's what I was thinking about doing.
What action happens to Aunt May?
Yeah. Like, I thought, like, when I first heard it, I just read the title of the article. I didn't actually, like, read it and thought, wait, they're going to use, like, is it old Aunt May? Is she going to be just like, well, what's the episode going to be about? Where's it Peter? While she's knitting or something. And then she has a heart attack near the end. Oh, God, Peter. Oh, my heart. And then she just falls over, like, and then, it's not going to be fun to watch.
No. I can just see a close-up on the knitting needles with this really intense music.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly. Like, that will be part of the opening credits. It'll be, like, CGI.
Right, instead of the webs
exactly.
the jeans,
Exactly.
it's the thread.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but it would center on a young Aunt May.
Interesting.
Yeah, so all of those other characters will be, like, younger. They'll just sort of be orbiting around her life. I can kind of get that. But I'd rather focus more on Richard Parker and Mary Parker? Yeah, that's her name. I should know this. Because that'd be interesting, because they would be like S.H.I.E.L.D. agents and everything.
Definitely.
Yeah, but...
It's more true to the Spider-Man genre. If you're just going to be like, here's a character who's in the Spider-Man universe and she faces real-world problems, it's almost like, I mean, that's just a drama that says something loosely to do with Spider-Man.
Yeah. And it's all kind of following suit from what we've seen just recently, like... Gotham is a prequel show, and Peggy Carter is a prequel show.
Right.
And it's harping on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. too, because it involves them as
secret agent.
I don't know if it would have, because they don't got the rights to S.H.I.E.L.D. And all the S.H.I.E.L.D. characters and all. So I don't know. It would probably focus on her boyfriend's brother's life at Oscorp.
Right.
But it's still not that exciting if you don't have them as S.H.I.E.L.D. agents or something, because they'd be fighting something, and I don't know. It doesn't sound all that interesting.
It sounds kind of like they're recreating the same shows they always recreate. Yeah. Special Agents,
Yeah.
Dramatic Housewife, and they're just using these references to superheroes in order to get more viewers.
Yeah. But it's not focusing on the superhero.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm actually hearing good things about the Arrow.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
my
that
mom's,
does involve a superhero.
My mom's actually addicted to both the Flash and Gotham. Like every other, like, Reggie, Gotham's on. And she's always asking me which character is which. Is that Harvey Dent? Is that Harvey Dent? No, that's Harvey Bullock. But his name is Harvey. Yes, I know his name is Harvey. Like, where's the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? No, Mom, that's a different universe. And I'm just spurging out here, and it's just, I don't know. It's better in the privacy of my own home, but actually coming out and saying it publicly is kind of embarrassing. Like, God, Mom, that's not what it is. It's like a real fucking nerd right now.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Sorry.
I have this right here. So I have this. You can go in.
Does it still have coffee in it?
No, it's this cup. It says Christopher Nolan's special sauce, and I've just been drinking it ever since I left Interstellar, saying that was a good movie. So.
Oh, I see. So it's already filled with piss.
It's not piss, by the way. It's the other thing. Thanks, Chris. So I don't know, because usually when we go to the restroom, we pause it, or at least we edit out the sound.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, if it comes through, I'll edit it out, so it's not just like... Have you seen any of those shows? Any of the...
I've heard of The Arrow, but I haven't. Yeah. I haven't tried watching it yet.
Okay.
Are most of these animated or
live action?
They're all live action.
Yeah. So in the I saw some clips of The Flash, and I walked into my mom watching The Flash, and like the effects of him running actually look pretty good.
Yeah.
Better than Twilight, which is like, because whenever they show them running really fast, it looks silly.
It's very, very badly done.
Yeah, but with The Flash, it's just like from his perspective, like all the blurry lights just going across, it's just it looks really cool. So.
Now I've heard I spoke to someone else about The Arrow. There are two different shows. I thought I know one of them's on Netflix. That's just called Arrow.
Yeah.
And then there's The Arrow. I'm not really sure. I
don't know the difference either.
There's one that's very bad, and then there's one that's really good. So I assume what you're talking about is the better one.
Because it's on the I don't know. It's on the CW. So is it exclusively on Netflix?
No,
Netflix,
I don't believe so.
Okay, so I don't know. I haven't seen much of Gotham, but some of the acting is kind of hokey, or not really all that convincing. But a lot of people kind of like it, so yeah, I guess it's nice seeing these characters as youngsters. And I was really confused about which continuity this took place in. This is Nolan's Batman as a youngster, because that's what I thought originally. Okay. Is it the new Batman, Ben Affleck as a young kid? Is it its own world?
Tim Burton's Batman?
I don't think they're going to go back with that, because that became Joel Schumacher's Batman, and no one wants to revisit that, past, future, or whatever. Let's just let that thing go.
I don't know, I like the opening scene with the dressing of the bat suits.
I knew I should have been drinking when you...
Spit take.
I almost did a spit take. Yeah. Well, that's hard for a director to keep, his sort of... well, I don't want to say this is exclusive to people who are homosexual, but, sometimes directors put their little quirkiness in there, whether it's snippets of their sexuality or their interest or just shots that they think are interesting. Like Christopher Nolan, for example, every single time there's an establishing shot of a building and a car driving up to it, the camera just moves in and the car comes in from the right. Yeah, from the right, and it's just the same shot every single time.
He loves cars.
He loves that particular establishing shot. Like I see it in Memento and Interstellar, and I think Batman Begins and Memento. And in Insomnia, he always has those kind of shots. The camera's just moving into the scene, and the car just coming in from the right and parks right in front of the building every single time. So
is it the same case with Schumacher at the beginning of all his films? Do you see spandex-clad butts and nipples?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. More specifically with Quentin Tarantino and feet. Quentin Tarantino loves feet. Even when he didn't direct the movie, he still is like, if he's in the movie, he'll do something involving feet.
Let me get this straight. Are you saying that Quentin Tarantino has a foot fetish?
Yeah, it's crazy. I know, right?
Interesting.
Yeah. I think Nolan might have one too, but he's just so subtle about it. Because I didn't realize it until I'm watching Inception, and it's in the opening scene, and he sees Mal there, and she's like, okay, you need to sit in this chair so I can, what is it, rappel myself out the window and down the floors. Sure. And then he's just like feeling her ankle and everything, and you see her phone just like, what the fuck is this? What's going on? Chris, stop it! But yeah, whatever. Yeah, sometimes that happens.
Right.
I think he might have a thing for blue eyes too, because a lot of his main actors have that look to them. A lot of the actors he reuses have like those light blue eyes.
Well, it is considered a distinguishing feature just in general society too.
What are you guys looking at me for? They're the guys with the lighter eyes than me. You super people.
And we are the master race.
Yeah.
For all you skinheads out there that I know enjoy Reggie's show so much.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about you, Sam, because, the whole...
Right.
Yeah.
Better not mention that.
Why not? What are you afraid of?
I'm afraid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's only like a half, so it hardly counts anymore.
That's true.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of that here.
Mm-hmm.
So then, where were we?
I don't know.
What were you guys talking about?
We were talking about ethnicities.
Oh, really?
I'm just going to go around the table real quick. German, British, Irish.
Who is who, though, right?
Who's who? And those are like cut down. Those are just like mixes. We're Americans. We are like, mutts.
Yes.
So,
all of us.
Hey, one person here can be all those three. So there you go.
Probably, yeah.
Well, there you go. That's the answer for you. Anyway, I'm just gonna drink more of Christopher Nolan's special super secret sauce in my cup here. Did I mention how much I love Interstellar? It's a great movie.
All right, legitimately though, your comment on Interstellar.
Yeah, you want me to talk about Interstellar?
I want you to talk about Interstellar.
Okay. Well, I'll just conclude the whole superhero thing.
Okay, fair enough.
So what they could do is just make live action television shows. It's a way to spread out a story and a character in a way that doesn't feel too bloated, in a way that isn't going to give audience fatigue, because we had Batman the Animated Series and the Justice League show on for decades, and that was extremely popular, won Emmys and everything. So I think that's the most natural element or natural medium for a superhero to exist, because that's where they were originally conceived in all their most popular stories came from. I'm not saying they can't do movies. They can do movies. Like, hey, this TV show's getting a movie. Woo! Yeah, go ahead and close that. It can't be it. Oh, jeez, not fucking slam. Jeez, whose house do you think you're in right now? So that's just my little theory here. I think just to stray off that whole bubble that might eventually burst. I think bigger and bigger action movies might be doing that because what happened in Iron Man 3? Who fucking knows? What happened in Thor 2? Whatever, Dark Elves. What happened in Captain America 2? Oh my god! You know? They can only do so much in between.
It's true.
So...
And they're trying to make these movies into episodes, essentially.
Yeah.
Hour and a half long episodes. But you're right, it's not... I think this is a good prediction. And so you heard it here first, guys. We see an Avengers television show in the next 2 or 3 years.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But they're doing a lot, though. I mean, when the Avengers 2 comes out, that's another, landmark I have there for when this bubble might burst.
Right.
It might burst, like, in between shit, so I don't know. It might burst with the Avengers. I don't know what's coming up next.
Can people really get tired of superhero films?
I don't know, because that's the thing. We literally worshipped super people.
We've been consuming this stuff for, over 60 years now?
60. I go around, say, damn near 100,000, 200,000 years we've been...
It's true. Gods, angels,
literally
superheroes.
worshipping them with no sense of pretense, all right? We literally worship them.
Right.
We prayed to these people to give us good fortune, for our crops, for our children, to have long, 3-decade-long lives, prosperous 3-decade-long lives, So I don't think this is going away. This need will not go away. I just think we're feeling a little too much bloat now. So I think that's...
So it may diminish and then refill.
Yeah.
But not burst.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in and get the fuck out before it's too late. Yeah. They're just like, no, do 4 seasons, guys. In, get the fuck out. And do my own thing. Whatever that might be.
A new superhero?
Maybe my own little fantasy story. Yeah.
Go on Lord of the Rings?
Not that kind of fantasy. No. Yeah, but if I ever go pro with this, I know the first thing they're going to make me do is like, hey, can you make a movie about the civil rights movement? Because there are not enough of those.
Lego Butler.
No, thanks, guys. I don't think you want me to do that. No. You gotta do it. No. You will win an Oscar. We will guarantee it. That's not how I want to win one, though.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Like, I'm not going to be jumping up and down the stage like that other guy was, what's his name? Steve McQueen, the guy who did 12 Years a Slave.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He was jumping up and down?
Yeah, like, I don't know. I wouldn't feel good about making a movie about slavery and then winning an Oscar for it and just going, yeah! That just seems kind of in poor taste. I know it was probably more appropriate because, he's black and this movie's about black slaves, but right. I don't know. I just wouldn't feel good about that.
What's that idiom when you go after a really easy or popular target?
Yeah.
The low-hanging fruit?
I was going to say something about Spielberg because he usually goes for the low-hanging fruit. If you look at his filmography, a lot of his most popular works are based off of novels and true stories, a lot of them involving Jews.
Really, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But he knew it was popular before he went.
Schindler's List, Munich. Munich's a very Jewy film.
Right, Jewy. I don't think you can say Jewy.
Jewish film. Is that
a very Jew? Maybe that's a little bit.
I thought you said chewy.
Chewy.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want a movie about the plight of the Wookiees.
Oh man,
come on,
that would
Disney.
That would be the most irritating movie ever. Like I would have to walk out like 5 minutes in. I just couldn't take that. Like there's no one to go. You said it, Chewy, because they'll all just be talking to each other with that fucking subhuman language they have going on there.
It'll be very, very meaningful purring.
Yeah.
It's inspiring.
God, just imagine the sex scenes. Oh, Jesus. I know it's owned by Disney now, but, you never know what's going to happen next.
Disney keeps getting more and more risque. Oh, Jesus. Interstellar.
Interstellar.
All right.